Steve, 0-0 here at the Arctic against Lewes. Do you think that was a fair reflection of the game?
Yeah, I'd say so. I thought that first half didn't quite get to grips with what they were doing. Second half, spoke to the players to get on the ball more and how we can play out, and I thought second half it worked and we were the more dominant side. So it was just about getting to grips with their movement, but also when we had the ball, how could we get on the ball and make things happen rather than just knocking it 40-50 yards up the thread and trying to feed off him. And I thought second half we'd done that very well. Got down the sides of them. Marcel was excellent again. So yeah, no, 0-0 ain't the end of the world.
You said the second half we seemed to have a few more chances, just didn't really seem to be able to get it in the back of the net. Keeper had a couple of good saves.
Yeah, I think we've scored 56 or something goals this season in 29 games, so that's not a bad return. Tonight weren't our night. It just didn't drop for us, or we just didn't make the right run in the box. We didn't get the final ball in. That was a bit disappointing in the second half. Our final ball wasn't very good, apart from our set pieces. But then again, we didn't attack the ball as well as we should have done or have done in the past. But it's one of those nights, you know. Disappointed we didn't win. But again, I will reiterate that we got to realise, because I had a few comments from the fans, we got to realise that where we've come from in a short space of time and where we are at the minute, because we didn't win on Saturday and we drew tonight, if you look at 7 points out the last 12, 3 clean sheets, we're in a good place. Yes, teams are winning behind us and catching us, but they're catching everyone else as well. So it's one of those. We didn't lose again. So we didn't have back-to-back defeats, which is what I'm pleased about. Not pleased about our final ball at times. Not pleased about our first half performance on the ball. But overall, I'm very pleased with the group to take 7 points out of 12 and 3 clean sheets.
You said about clean sheets. Obviously, conceding goals was becoming a little bit of an issue at one point of the season. And the back four seemed a lot steady. And we've signed Harrison for another month.
Yeah, we've got Harrison back in for another month to compete with Max. Max is getting back fit now. But going back to it, yeah, we were conceding goals, but we were also scoring lots of goals. So we weren't losing those games. We're keeping clean sheets now, and now we've got to just convert a couple of chances to turn that 1 point into 3 points. Still a long way to go. We're still all excited in the changing room of what we may be able to achieve here. But there's a lot of hard work, and like I say, you can't run away with yourselves, because always teams look at Chichester on a fine run. Dabber and Miles are doing really well with them. Horsham, I think, won again tonight. You know, they're doing really well. Dartford are on an unbelievable run. Dover will come strong again after having a little mixed bag of results the last few games. Billericay, obviously played them. We know how good they are. And that ain't it. Hashtag, they're a good side. There's loads of teams. Carshalton are on a run. There's loads of teams there that are going to pick up on a run, and one might jump in that final top 5 by going on a tremendous run with the last 10, 15 games. But what we got to do is concentrate on ourselves, make sure we keep picking up as many points as we can. That's another point to our total of where we want to be at the end of the season. If we'd got none, it would have been back-to-back defeats, and I would have been very disappointed. Haven't had back-to-back defeats. That's another point on the board. So I think, what's that now? We're on 56, maybe 56 points. Everyone else is, I think, top of the league's 57, is it? So everything's tight up there. You know, I've looked through the leagues. I looked at the National South League. Up there, I think there's 5 teams on about 50, 54 points. So everything's tight in football. And what you got to do, you just got to keep focused on the next game. Can't think about 4 games ahead, or how many games can we win to secure our playoff place, or how many wins to win the league. Just worry about the next game, which is Hendon. New management team. Massive game for us. Like every game. And all we're going to do is go out and try and get 3 points. Try and please this crowd that we get, because they've been fantastic so far this season. But we can't have no grumblings, you know, because we ain't the finished article. We're new to this league. We're doing exceptionally well. The players are doing exceptionally well. And all we've got to do is just keep turning the wheel each game. And like I say, try and accumulate enough points to get in that playoff spot.
It was great to see Foom back. Are we starting to see some of the injured players making a return?
Yeah, obviously Matty, we're not too sure how long that'll be, but yeah, Fumi come back. He was lively. We've got Coombsy didn't get on tonight. Danny Waldron didn't get on tonight, and Andre Coker didn't get on tonight. They're all add something to us as well. When you get a squad, you've got to try and juggle it, but you've got to make sure that you're there to win games. And I felt if we'd made any more changes tonight, especially as tight as the game was, could have come unstuck. So I thought, stick with what we did. Them boys can make an impact for us, and will. As you said, Denzel's, hopefully he's not far back, he's doing more runs. Clem's maybe 2 or 3 weeks away. I think the only long-term ones at the minute are Matty and Chem. but everyone else is nearly fighting fit to get back on there. And like you say, when Fumi come on, you can see what he's got. More games he plays, the better he'll become. Before he got injured, he was superb. So yeah, there's loads of competition out there, and it's great. It's great for me and the management team to try and pick a side that we think is going to win a game. And players are going to be unhappy, but that's part and parcel of football. You can only play 11 players. You can only make 5 subs, which is bonus. But listen, we're in a good place. And like I said to you before at the start of the interview, we've got 7 points out of 12. Would I like 12 out of 12? Of course I would. That's being greedy. We've kept 3 clean sheets in them 4 games. So the good thing about what we're doing is we're moving this club forward gradually. And if we can keep doing that, I'm sure that the owners will be happy, the supporters will be happy, volunteers will be happy, and the players will be happy.
We're back at home on Saturday against Hendon. You've touched new management team. What sort of game are you expecting?
They've had a few new players come in, so not many players that I'll know much about until I do my homework over the next few days. The management team's the one that was at Northwood when we played him in the FA Cup, Ben. Good manager, good management team he's got around him. They play good attacking football. Got some speedy players, or they did. The way he plays, he has speedy players in the wide areas. So it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. I don't care where anyone is in the league, whatever run of form they've been on, it's going to be a tough game, and it proved it tonight. You know, Lewes, they're a very good side. They play some good football. They've got good movement, and you've got to make sure that you're on your mettle with every single bit of detail, or you'll come unstuck. And I thought tonight we were, apart from our final ball and attacking the set pieces, I thought second half we were the better side. I don't think Harrison's made a save in the second half, and I think in the first half he may have only made 1 or 2 saves. So their keeper's not made any saves, to be honest, not many. Dan Barry's had a couple of good chances, and one of them goes in, the game changes. You know, goals change games, and like I say, I'll take the point and we'll move on to Saturday, and we'll look to get 3 then.
Looking forward to it. Speak to you Saturday.
Cheers, thank you.